Yo, what is up, Diamond family? It's your man Vivi, and welcome back to the VVS Academy. As you guys know, I'm here every week dropping off gems, teaching you to record and mix your music better. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Look, man, I've got a really crazy video for you guys today. Today, we're going to talk about the absolute best vocal mic for recording rap vocals. All right, I know you've seen a lot of videos. This one, we're going to do the deep dive and make sure that you never need to watch another one. You're going to know exactly which mic to choose every single time for your vocals. So before we get into it, man, if you're still struggling to get your vocals to sit inside the beat and balance themselves out perfectly every single time, check out my free course down below. It's going to teach you all about balancing out your vocals and your beat, and it's going to teach you to do it perfectly every single time. It takes about 15 minutes. It's completely free. Check it out down below. All right, so let's jump into this track, man. I'm going to play back a section, and then we'll dive into some of these different mics. Let's get it.
Never can change. My last one told me that I was to blame. Old girl was tired of seeing my face. Told me she too old to play all the games. Text going green, guess she meant it that way. Why do I follow the girls on these pages? Girls who don't even or don't know my name.
All right, cool. So as you can hear, the recording is clean, it sounds good, and in this instance, we used a particular type of mic. So let's dial back real quick and talk about the different types of mics that you can choose. So there's really three main types. You can choose a condenser microphone, you can choose a dynamic microphone, or you can choose a ribbon microphone. So we're just gonna take ribbon and just put them off to the side because it's not really something that you're gonna use when you're recording a rap or a trap vocal or anything like this. So let's try to figure out the difference between the condenser mic and the dynamic mic, right? So a condenser mic is what we use to record this vocal. Doesn't mean that you can't achieve the same sound with the dynamic mic, but we chose this vocal for a few reasons. One, this vocal was recorded in a fully treated commercial recording studio. It was recorded in our studio. The booth is fully treated. It's separate from the recording environment. And so that gives us the ability to use a super sensitive mic and capture every single nuance of the vocal without worrying about outside noises getting in, right? So one of the main characteristics of a condenser mic is that it's very, very sensitive. A lot of times if you're in front of a condenser mic, you kind of need to be still. Like if you're brushing up against your clothes or you're wearing like a jacket that's swishy or anything like that, the mic is going to pick it up very easily. If a loud car drives past and the exhaust is going or a plane flies overhead, that mic can easily pick it up if you're in an open and untreated space. So more often than not, I suggest people to use a condenser mic only when you can control the recording environment. What does that mean? That means when you can make it as quiet as you need it to be, you can block out as much outside noise as possible, and you don't have to worry about your actual physical movement being picked up by the mic, right? So a condenser mic, again, is super sensitive. It's going to pick up every single nuance and inflection that comes from the voice. But the drawback is that it's super sensitive. So if someone's down the street cutting their grass and your recording environment isn't fully treated to block out that outside noise, it's going to end up on your recording. And as you start to compress and add more, control to the song, all of those background noises are going to present themselves even more. They're going to come out more, and they're going to make your song muddy and dirty, and it's going to have noise in it. It's not going to sound clean and industry quality like you want it to. So that's what a condenser mic does. That's what probably 99% of us are using. But there's also another type of mic called a dynamic mic. So a dynamic mic does the same thing as a condenser mic. It captures the signal, but it does it in a different way. Number one, it's not as sensitive. It works better on more dynamic sources, which is why I like to recommend it for rap vocals a lot. A lot of times when we're rapping, it's loud then quiet, or we might get really into it, and so the energy that's coming out, you get more signal, you get a more dynamic signal, right? And so a dynamic mic is going to help you with that because it handles those louder signals better, prevents them from clipping, and the pattern of that mic is not as sensitive, meaning that it picks up things that are directly in front of it very well, but things that are further away or around it, it doesn't really pick them up as well as like a condenser mic would. Right? So if you have issues with noise, you have issues with an untreated room where you're getting a lot of reflections and things like that, you're better off going with a dynamic mic, right? So there's other techniques and tricks you can use to kind of combat the drawbacks of each mic, because a dynamic mic isn't quite as sensitive, so you lose some of the nuance in the vocal. But there's things that you can do to deal with both of them. Now, we got that out of the way, right? We know what kind of mic we should choose depending on our room, our situation, what's around us, how much isolation we can create, that kind of thing. Let's talk specifics. What is the actual best mic that you should use? So if you look at this vocal right here, we are using actually the Slate ML1, which is a modeling mic, which lets one specific mic sounds like a lot of different mics. I love to use this microphone because even if I chose to record the vocal with a specific mic, I can change it in the mixing phase, and it makes a huge difference to the sound of the vocal. So let's do some of that now. So right now, we're gonna go with my #1 mic for recording rap or trap vocals, and it's gonna be the Sony C800. The Sony C800 is kind of a very popular mic that artists are using, especially for rap vocals. It doesn't work for every vocal, but if you're doing like super modern trap, trap rap kind of stuff, or this kind of trap soul kind of vibes, those kind of vibes, I definitely recommend the C800. So let's listen to it a little bit and see how it sounds.
Never can change. My last one told me that I was to blame. Old girl was tired of seeing my face. Told me she too old to play all the games. Text going green, guess she meant it that way.
And I think it might make more sense for you if I just let you hear the sound of the mic on its own. So I'm going to bypass the Sony C800 emulation and maybe bring it in and out. Let's listen.
Never can change. My last one told me that I was to blame. Old girl was tired of seeing my face. Told me she too old to play all the games. Text going green, guess she meant it that way. Why do I follow the girls on these pages? Girls who don't even or don't know my name. If this ever blow up, I pray I can change. I swear I was different before all the pain. Slave to the pussy, it got me in chains. Heart in the open and feeling the strange. Heart on my sleeve be the reason for pain. There's too many women in love with the chase. Too many options keep calling.
And so I'm going to try to describe what I hear from the C800. The C800 gives me more upper mid-range. It pushes the vocal forward in that range, and that's why it works for more modern things, because that's usually where the vocal is living or has a lot of its energy, in that upper mid-range in modern vocals. A lot of the clarity we perceive coming from there. And so this mic always comes off as crisp, clean, and super clear. It's because it has that boost in that upper mid-range. Now, if I were to record more of a hip-hop style vocal, I would choose a Neumann 47. Now this U47 mic, it has more of a heavier low end to it, and so it works when you're trying to do more of a hip-hop sound that doesn't need to be super duper clean, super duper crisp. You want more of that lo-fi sound from it. This mic is going to dial it in for you. So let's listen to this mic.
Never can change. My last one told me that I was to blame. Old girl was tired of seeing my face. Told me she too old to play all the games. Text going green, guess she meant it that way. Why do I follow the girls on these pages? Girls who don't even or don't know my name. If this ever blow up, I pray I can change. I swear I was different before all the pain.
So here, let's go back to the Sony real quick and notice the difference between the two.
Why do I follow the girls on these pages? Girls who don't even or don't know my name. If this ever blow up, I pray I can change. I swear I was different before all the pain. Why do I follow the girls on these pages? Girls who don't even or don't know my name. If this ever blow up, I pray I can change. I swear I was different before all the pain.
So look, man, if you listen to the difference, it's like a night and day difference between these two mics. But between these two, depending on what you're after, you can get the job done. So look, these are the tips I'm giving you guys week in and week out. And if you need a little bit more help, drop me a line down below. My name is VV, and I'm here for you. Stay humble, make diamonds only. Peace.
Why do I follow the girls on these pages? Girls who don't even or don't know my name. If this ever blow up, I pray I can change. I swear I was different before all the pain. Why do I follow the girls on these pages? Girls who don't even or don't know my name. If this ever blow up, I meant it that way. Why do I follow the girls on these pages?